It's an awful idea. And I like Jalen Brunson's a fine player. Is Jalen Brunson one of the 10 best point guards in basketball? Maybe he's 10th.
If your best player is small, you're not winning.
Here's the thing, right? Jalen Brunson is not a guy that's gonna take you to the finals.
Backs in, scoots in, right-handed, off the glass.
Brunson drives, pulls back, three-pointer, bang! Bang! Jalen Brunson knocks it down!
You can't either, but it was mainly for Dwayne.
Oh, Brunson with a highlight. Spins underneath, puts it up, puts it in. Jalen Brunson does it again.
Jalen Brunson and the Knicks are leading the finals 2-0, scored 30 points in game 1. And we're not talking about a weak opponent here. He did it against the best defense in the league. 8 of his 12 field goals came within 10 feet of the basket. And that's impressive considering the presence of Wemby in the paint. But that's not a coincidence, because when the game is on the line, Brunson has been doing this to everybody since the league started tracking play-by-play data in 1997. There have been a handful of players who define what it means to be clutch. This is a graph of the most clutch field goals scored per 36 minutes in the playoffs. Amongst the lower players in the table, we have Embiid, Westbrook. Higher up, we can find players like Giannis, Kobe, LeBron. Further up, and we can see players like Steph, Shea, Donovan Mitchell. Then ahead of everyone is Michael Jordan, except Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is officially ahead of Michael Jordan. Let that sink in. The guy everyone said was too small, too slow, outperforming Michael Jordan in the most important moments in basketball history. But if you think that this is some sort of stat pattern, look at game 1 against the Spurs in the finals. Down double digits in the third quarter on the road, fighting pain from the first half, but when it was time to deliver, he completely took over the game.
Brunson to drive, sidestep, floats it up and in. Brunson drives, pulls up jumper, tie game. Here comes Brunson, stutter dribble, drives inside, layup, backs it in. Looking. Brunson driving, layup, shot is good. A Brunson barrage here in the fourth quarter. Brunson keeps it alive. Bridges looks back to Brunson. Corner three is up. Bang! Jalen Brunson from downtown. On the drive, spins. Underneath, puts it up, puts it in. Jalen Brunson does it again.
Just think that his first free throws came in the third quarter. I know of a guy or two that would have had 10 free throws at that point if they were having a pretty similar night. But going back to the topic, this is what Jalen Brunson has been doing during all these playoffs. Although yeah, he has a great supporting cast. Having such a clutch player in your team definitely helps. Just as we saw in game 1, but also in the conference finals.
Anunoby, Brunson, alley-oop, and Anunoby with the slam. Brunson, three-pointer, puts it in! Captain Clutch has come alive! Thank you, Lisa. Brunson, long three-pointer. Drives, gets past Harden, gets inside, the floater's up and good!
That is 12 straight playoff wins, which means they haven't lost a basketball game since April 23rd. This isn't just a franchise record for New York. It officially became the second team in the history of the league to have the longest win streak. Believe it or not, only team ahead of them is the 2017 Warriors. And when a team matches historical company like that, it makes you wonder how they did it, because this isn't a case of a team just getting hot at the right time. Ever since they lost to the Hawks, they demolished them. After that, they swept the Sixers, who just came from beating the Boston Celtics. But the most impressive series was how they ran through the Cavs, who just beat the first-seeded Pistons. But everyone knew the Knicks were good. Nobody thought they could be this good. To understand the actual weight of what they are doing, you have to look at where this franchise was just a few years ago. The contrast is almost hard to believe. Between 2001 and 2022, a 21-year stretch, the New York Knicks won exactly 1 playoff series total. 1. Since Brunson arrived, they have won 7. Jalen has only been doubted throughout his career, and yet his impact in this franchise might be greater than what Patrick Ewing's ever was. For 2 decades, this organization was used to just losing. But Brunson, he completely broke that cycle. He changed the expectations, from just hoping to make the playoffs to expecting a deep run every single year. Now they're just 2 wins away from winning the championship, which will not be easy. Yes, they're up 2 games in the series, but San Antonio has proven to be very resilient. They put down the defending champs, and I highly doubt that this series will end in 4. But if it does, it could arguably be the best postseason run in NBA history.
Brunson's fascinating because if I said to you, name 2 stars in the NBA that took team-friendly deals, you'd say Brunson, and you couldn't name another. Let's go back to that signing because I think that is so rare in pro basketball.
And when you make a certain amount of money, how much do you need, for one? And that's priceless.
In the league, players maximize every dollar they can get. But Brunson turned down a max contract, left $111 million on the table, voluntarily. And that's the flexibility the Knicks gained thanks to Brunson signing that contract, allowed them to sign new players and also keep most of their talent. Most players in this league would have chosen to get the bag, but Brunson instead sacrificed a ton of money for his legacy, for the chance to get the ring, and personally, I can only respect that. New York hasn't won a championship since 1973, 53 years, entire generations of Knicks fans who have never seen their team lift a trophy. The Knicks have had great players. Patrick Ewing spent his entire career trying to bring one home, couldn't do it. Carmelo Anthony, same story, player after player, year after year, nothing. And now the guy who might finally end it is someone nobody wanted. No lottery pick, no generational athlete, just a quiet point guard who took less money than he deserved, who never once responded to a single doubter. 2 wins away from ending 53 years of hurt for the most famous basketball city in the world. The whole league counted him out. He didn't hear it, and he didn't care. He just kept showing up every game, every series, every moment that mattered. And slowly, the people who doubted him ran out of things to say. When he left the court twice in game 1 of the finals with an injury, he kept showing up.
See that ankle turning in. Luke Cornett steps on it. So once again, Jalen Brunson limping to the Knicks bench.
Came back, went on a personal 8-0 run.
Everywhere I've gone since high school has started for me, it's always been Jalen Brunson's good, but too slow, not athletic enough, too small, all those things that don't measure heart. And that's what I have.
The two stare at each other. Bridges inside. Brunson flips it up and in off the glass. Brunson on the drive. Stops. Falling away. It's up. It's good. 12 seconds remaining. Stolen by Brunson. And knocked down by Wemby. Brunson will shoot free throws with 9.5 remaining.
Iced the game thanks to the composure of Jalen Brunson. Now the Knicks are very close to breaking a 53-year-old curse. And that is because of Jalen Brunson's heart. Heart is not something you can teach. You either have it or you don't. And it turned out that the pick number 33 had more of it than anyone in this league. New York has been waiting for someone like him, and they finally found him.